webcam for me, and A-OK, good times. So that was happening with my face, because of my face, dick bashing. I've cut my own hair for about 6 years. But I haven't cut, this hair has not had a scissor to it in nigh on a year or something, and it's seriously in need of that kind of shit. I was standing outside Topshop on Oxford Street waiting for someone, and somebody came up and said, "Hey, do you want a free haircut? Actually, we'll pay you to get your haircut." And I was like, neat, that sounds good. So then I went, the next day I had to go to Vidal Sassoon to go and get checked out by the haircutting guy who was super famous. People were taking pictures of him. And he was like, "Yeah," from across the room. And then someone came and looked all in my hair for nits or something. I don't know. And then they said, "Yeah." And I said, so what hair is it going to be?" And they showed me a picture of the worst hair in the fucking world. Shoreditch wanker times 10 to the power 8. Like, bowl cut, you suck a dick, you're horrible, I hate you, and you're me with that hair. Shit. So I said, "Well, how much do I get paid?" And they said £20. And I said, "I'll see you later." And I got the hell out of there. And that was the last time that any sort of possible hair cutting was maybe going to happen. I should do it soon, it's just, I'm so busy. I mean, I have things to do, and that means I don't do other things. Like get my hair cut. But I kind of want to get it cut by a student for cheap. Like £5. Yep. Story has a lot of good things going on, I'm not denying that, but she has a bad thing, which is hee. I don't like her weird giggles. It's not what I want to see. Sasha Grey. Sasha Grey wins, in my book. She does the gagging thing though, don't do that. Hi Sasha Grey, you're certainly watching this video. Don't do the gagging thing, it's a bit upsetting, and stop doing all the super weird shit. And just, I don't know what that was, but certainly do it. It's gonna hurt me, it's gonna kill when you desert me. This happened to me twice before, but won't let it happen anymore. I know I should get next to you, fool. You got a look that makes me think you're cool, but it's just sexual attraction, not something real, so I'd rather keep a whacking. Why bother? It's gonna hurt me. It's gonna kill when you desert me. This happened to me twice before. Won't it happen anymore? Okay, spell my name right. I'm sure that'll help. That'll get you on the right track. It's a Y, not an IE. Other than that, just try and entertain yourself in any situation and all of the time. Well, it depends where you live. If you live where I live, I'm sure if I went outside and just sat on the road, then a torrent of amusement would befall my existence. Right on my existence, I'm sure. So, location dependent. You're on the internet as well, like, the fuck? Why, yes I do. So I had this honey that I got from my father. My father gave me this honey because, amazingly, the postcode on the honey, it was sort of local honey, and he found out that it was actually farmed from a neighbour's garden, like, a few doors down this guy lived. So my dad thought it would be rather quaint to give me this honey that was actually flowers from their garden. Nice. The honey was really good, but it granulated, as honey tends to do. And it advised on the packet that you put it in hot water, like in a jar, or you put it in the microwave. I thought, well, I'm in my bedroom and the heater's there, so I put it on the heater. I would intermittently check on honey, it's not quite liquidy enough yet, I want to get this down to the last nobule of honey granulation. And so I left it, and then I thought, no, it's time for some honey now. So I picked the honey up. I'm looking at this honey a lot, you can't see it. So the lid was off because I'd been looking at the honey a lot to check if it was yet liquidized. So I picked it up, and it sort of picked up because it was stuck, but then it sort of went, whoa, and spilled all over my arm. Hot honey, I was like, didn't know what to do, it's quite hot, fuck! Just stood there, it cooled down. And I was like, okay, good, I'm not, burnt in the first degree. It's okay, but there's honey all over my floor, and it took ages to clear up, and I was sticky the whole day, and my jeans were sticking to my legs, and I missed the lecture as well, because I had to spend the time cleaning the honey up from the floor before it just hardened and was impossible to clean up, and it took like 5 goings over to get it all up. It's horrific. A film should be made. I feel like gusto in a face palm is sort of missing the point, like it needs to be a resigned sort of acknowledgement of what the world really is. So like an angry face palm doesn't work, isn't right. I don't want to do my own face palm when it's not genuine. Sorry. The realistic budgetary range within which my birthday presents can fall doesn't really enclose anything I want or need. I mean, some things would be nice, like some chocolate maybe, and some money that I can buy some things with, like some small things, a small amount of money that I'll get. But, if I had like a really rich relative, I would ask for many things, I think. Really nice keyboard, basically a new computer, even though now is a bit of a stupid time to buy a new computer. I would, if I had a rich relative, why the fuck not, huh? So, failed. We went to a museum called the Pangolin, I think. An odd name though, some sort of mesh of those letters. And it was to see some beast sculptures. It turned out it was quite a small room which you could see entirely through the window on the way in. The eyes were averted and we looked at some things and they were quite nice, but it was quite small. And we were like, And then on the way out, we noticed as we walked out, there was a stream of women with instruments walking to the right in this large building. And we just followed them down some escalators, past people just sipping wine, like rows of glasses, bunches of people all the way down. And everybody seemed affluent and, impressive on some level. And everyone had name tags around their necks, saying who they were, what they were doing. And we just sort of followed the flow and ended up in a room which the other room was being broadcast into because this was a smaller room we were in. We just walked into a room and nobody asked who we were or why we didn't have tags because nobody thought anybody could be so coarse as to just walk in without having the appropriate requirements. I don't know, we didn't know, we just walked in. So we watched on a screen Jude Law talking about some shit, Goldie conducting an orchestra, some shit, weird, entertaining way to spend an afternoon. Then we went away, and later on when we got home we found out that the tickets for that thing were £65 each. Wow. Wahahowza. I do actually want to do this. I do plan to do this. I don't know who Tabascus is. I know who iJustine is, but didn't know she did that kind of thing. I'm a bit surprised and a bit cynical about it. But maybe in the future. Well, 1 year for Christmas, 2 years ago, maybe 3, I purchased for my brother a gift that was those things. I hit myself in the eye and it really hurt. I'm starting to feel quite bad. It's like berry pills that make sour things taste sweet. I'm sure a quick Google search with those sort of concepts will give rise to, I think apparently they're being squashed by this. Corporations! I don't know, people say that. I've heard people say that, I don't know if it's true. Ooh-wee. So yeah, I had one of those pills, ate it, and then could drink literally vinegar from the bottle. And it tasted quite nice. I don't really know what you're talking about, but I'm gonna expose some weird shit about my hands. Well, it's a little bit lackluster, possibly. Okay, I have this thing. Where is it? Here. You can't even. Can you see it? Kinda. See this weird lump here? I don't have it on the. Well, I do a little bit, but not as much. There you go. So, this is because I write with a pen every day like this. I have a stupid. I do this. Yep, this pen is not getting away from me. Ha ha ha! So it settles right into that part of my finger. So I've built up this odd looking kind of freako callus there. It's a little bit weird, isn't it? I also have this like pink mark here. And I've had these reoccurringly throughout my life and they sort of come and go. I think that about covers it. I think that's probably enough. So, you mean like on the sides here? I get a little bit of flesh gunk there, but it's no worse. In fact, it's much less bad than it ever was on the mouse ball, whatever its technical term was with which you twiddled. I loved cleaning that though, a lot. I kind of miss it. I just have this snazzy light going on. Can you get it in your eye? I was filming this before and I managed to do it, but then I pressed the fucking back button on it and it went back and then it never recorded. Motherfucker! It's not gonna happen again, is it? It's just an absolute fluke. Well, you get to keep your eyesight for another day. No, everyone else has absolutely no comprehension of what a pen will do to you if it escapes your vice-like grip. And I'm sure that's going to come back and haunt them one day. No, I have a cold, and I'm a little bit slow in the head, a little bit. Hey, keep up. I'm speaking to myself, but I took a while to register it. If you follow me, which I certainly can't. The census form isn't in the letterbox. It was in the letterbox for a while, but it's not there anymore. I don't know anybody else who lives in this house, which makes it a little bit hard to fill it in. You're supposed to fill everybody's information. But I don't have it, but it's alright. It's not my problem. It's gone missing. I forgot to buy butter today for my toast, and that upsets me far more. P.S. Fine? Nah. Don't worry about it. Just have some lemonade. Makes a good and sweet. You don't know. All you know about my height is what I've told you. I could be lying. You have no real concept of my height. You can't say do something about it. Shit, because you have no. To you, I'm just you can't compare me to any yardstick. Maybe should I compare myself to the yardstick of my bedroom, which you also have no conception of? Yeah? Alright then. lift you up just so that we can actually encase myself, my massive self, in the small realms of the camera screen. How far back is it? I have to go in order to fit in. Look, I'm too tall right now. Too tall. I'm moving back. Oh, just about fitting in it over here. Still too tall. I'm really giant. I feel like stress really isn't enough of a problem for me. I have an exam tomorrow morning. Tomorrow AM, let's say. And analogous, but nonetheless puts a little more of a ring to it, doesn't it? Yeah. So, exam tomorrow, haven't done anything. It's now like 9:20. I'm just on this website. The very opposite of a good idea. Put my PJ clown pants on. I'm just thinking, oh, I'll just wake up tomorrow and revise. So I get stressed sometimes, but only when I absolutely should be stressed to fuck, and that propels me to actually go and do things that need to be done. Well, stay here and do things that need to be done most of the time. Anxiety, I used to have a big problem, but now I'm pretty much okay. I feel like my university experience is a lot different to other people's, and I'm quite happy about that. So today I was in a pub. Well, I put my heater on ages ago and it's boils were. Yikes! Alright, back to the topic at hand. So I was in a pub this afternoon after our lectures, and because I'm friends with people I'm friends with because they're at university and we're studying the same course, it ended up in an argument about dinosaurs that went on for a good hour and a half and was quite heated. It's the latter part of my course that is titled Condensed Matter 2. Condensed Matter 1 was a bit of a baffling affair involving Leonard Jones potential endlessly, taught by a Russian man, the Leonard Jones potential, in micro and macro, and such things. And it was kind of just completely, for the most part, what the fuck. Seems alright in retrospect, but mostly that's because he kind of told us what was going to be an exam, so I didn't get a bad grade. But it was a bit bad. Condensed Matter 2, on the other hand, the current hand, temporarily speaking, is not so much that way. It is probably one of the easiest things that we have going on. But tomorrow it's a midterm and it's an end of term test, which is pointless in my eyes because we're having exams in a month, including for this. But it counts for 5%. So those are reasons I'm not too worried about it. Counts 5%, easiest thing. But it's about electrochemical cells and a lot of chemistry shit that I don't know because I didn't do chemistry at all before now. So other people in the class are like, yeah, it's easy shit, it's A-level stuff, don't worry about it. And I'm like, oh, cool. But I still need to learn it at some point, and I haven't done that yet, so it's just called Marmite. Yeast extract isn't in the name, it's written on the thing. I feel like you've just heard about it because you're a foreign. So here it is, Marmite. It says yeast extract underneath, but isn't the name, and it isn't worthy of mention. Yes, that's what it is. And yeah, it's goop that people hate. But people love it too. I just think it's quite alright. And what I like to do with it is get some toast. Bread first, then turn it into toast with a magical transmogrifying toaster. and then you put a layer of Marmite on, and then you put some cheese on top, and then you grill that piece of shit, and then you eat it, and it's yeasty. Don't understand the question. Are you putting forth a situation wherein the Nintendo 3DS is having a 53% failure rate, or does it actually have a 53% failure rate? I don't know. I haven't heard of this failure rate. I don't know. It sounds like you're kind of specifying the truth. Elsewise, yeah, the 3D is a gimmick. Hands. Another hardware rehash. Don't really give a shit about the 3DS. Have mentioned this previously. I played it at a sort of demo, and I just kind of wish that it wasn't coming out, and then that all the games that were coming out on it would be playable on my current DS. Bummer. Probably about a 7. Which is untoward. I don't think this helped things. I don't think that woke me up or energized me. I had some shitty cheap energy drink, but it kind of just made my neck hurt. Neck, throat is now hurt. And still feeling kind of sleeps. Sleeps-o. Sleeps-o. I don't want to go to bed though. Of course not. That might actually help my life. On both accounts. I don't know. I tell people things and they ask me this, but the truth is, I haven't the foggiest. I don't even feel like I need to think about it, apart from in very pie in the sky. 3.14. I only know it's 2 decimal places. I'm not going to pretend to know it more than that, because I guarantee that at least 7 people watching this do to the 70th. I should probably try and learn some more than 2 decimal places, but that's what they want on a physics degree, so fuck it. So, the things I say when people ask me this as a teacher, might do the teacher training course and get $9 grand out of it, possibly. A researcher, don't know about that because it's sort of like homework for life and forever. And a journalist in science, or, well, I say science because that seems, relative, related, because the question always comes after they find out what my degree is about. So to say something completely tangential would, not even tangential, like previously tangential from the point I was at before the degree. So those are the things I say as to what the truth will bring us. Only time can tell. And I hope it would shut up. Look, fuck off, alright? You're the guy who came to me telling me to do my lab report, and then when I said, alright, I'm going to do it now. Not because of you, I may add. Because I chose to answer that question when I was going to do it anyway. So then, you sort of sat there smugly like, I encouraged her, she will be thankful. No, I'm not thankful. You have zero effect on my life with your annoying nudging. So just to prove this point, I'm not going to study for the exam at all. I will fail it, and it will be your fault, and that will be definitely worth just teaching you a lesson. So the necklace I'm always wearing currently is this. It's a feather, kind of looks like a leaf. I don't really have a lot of love for it. I just put it on and then I never took it off. That's kind of how it goes with me and jewellery. It'll be like, I'll put this on, and then I don't take it off out of pure laziness. No sort of tie. I mean, I always like them to some extent. This I kind of don't give a shit about, and it sort of does this a lot and looks a bit spastic. So the only reason it's still on my neck after a month, I don't know, is because I'm lazy. What a great visual illustration of that fact. I don't believe for a second, well, I don't think this is a 14-year-old chick at all, but I feel like I shouldn't say anything humorous in this situation, just in case it is actually teen and he wants to fuck you. and you're 14. First of all, that's a little bit odd, a little bit uncouth. 14 and 18, that's a big deal at the time. So first of all, question that, but you won't because you're a 14-year-old chick, and you're probably still a bit stupid because you're 14. So my advice to you would be, don't do it if you don't want to. That's really all there is to say, isn't there? And just because you're 14 doesn't mean you have to be stupid. Okay, cat with scrotum for mouth. What the fuck is with that? Doesn't look like a cat. Belongings I ensure I have with me before I leave the house depends on what I'm going to do. Okay, so the consistent ones are the book I'm reading. Well, it's a thin book. It's a thin book of short stories by Google. Might continue to do that. Read thin books of short stories for the tube and sundry. Wallet. If I'm going to university, then I need my books and my pens. If not, then I don't. Keys. Mobile phone. Sometimes DS. It's very dependent, so it's not a constant. Day away. Holy fuck. Time flies when you're living. I do actually have a mouse pad, it just wasn't down at the time because I take it away when I'm eating, sometimes. But fortunately for me, there's now a bit of sticky mark there, so I always notice it's not down. Here it is. It has sharks on it. No, I got it because it was cheap. I haven't actually had a mouse pad for a great many years. Yikes. So I got one, and it's enjoyable. I do want like a sheet. You know, like the razor sheet. You can't even see what I'm doing. But I was doing that and saying that for sure. I wasn't, but I felt it in my heart. Phlegm is an issue, a real issue in my life. So maybe I'll get one of those sometime. This is great. Mostly because I don't know where it's coming from. Do you mean I should get a channel on YouTube full stop? Because that's funny if you think that. I sort of assume most people here know about it already. If you don't mean that, if you mean a vlogging channel for me to vlog, I don't even really know what a vlog is. I think it's enough right now for me. It's very quick, it's very easy, it's fun. And it's kind of vlogging. So